What is education? According to the Oxford English Dictionary, education is the culture of development of personal knowledge or understanding, growth of character, moral, and social qualities. But does this definition really describe or define our current education system? I do not believe so. Our education system is not focused on a child's personal development or growth of character. Rather, the system is focused on getting each student to the next step in their educational path. In the current system, this entails fact-based learning, memorization, and teaching to standardized tests. I believe that this type of education is not fostering valuable learning, and it ultimately results in several children falling by the wayside. Therefore, I think that education should focus on the individual needs of each student and on matching teaching strategies with students' characteristics. Each student is unique and has his or her own abilities and skill sets. How is it possible to successfully educate so many diverse students under the one-shoe-fits-all principle? It's not possible, and this is supported by statistics. For example, in the Educational Foundation's book, Bruce Marlowe and Marilyn Page noted that, in public schools, 10 to 12% of students have learning disabilities, and of that population, only about 27% of those students leave school with a high school diploma. Those who do graduate have a smaller chance of success than normal students when they enter the workforce. There are several other children that break from the traditional mold and need different lesson plans. As a result, there needs to be a change in the way information is taught to children. This starts with teachers. As John Dewey said, the teacher is not in the school to impose certain ideas or to form certain habits in the child, but is there as a member of the community to select the influences which shall affect the child and to assist him in properly responding to these influences. In other words, the teacher should be a guide through the educational process and not an instructor whose goal is to fill each child's head with as much information as possible. As Susan Ohanian notes in Educational Foundations, teachers need to stray away from the stir and serve recipes for teaching. I believe that there are effective ways that teachers can do this. These include collaborating with students to better understand their learning styles, pushing students to critically think about open-ended problems and questions, and finally allowing students to collaborate and communicate with one another. In other words, not just teaching to the test and mixing up lesson plans. In some private schools, it may be easier to foster such relationships because of more resources and smaller class sizes. However, despite this, I still think that teachers in big public schools can enact change in their classrooms by not placing too much emphasis on the right or wrong answer and opening forms of communication. I feel as though education can be changed for the better.